Okay, good evening. This is Mr. VFP and the lovely Mrs. VFP. And today we're going to talk to you a little bit about what it's like being a pillion. In other words, a view from a pillion, as the channel suggests. So, tell me about your worries about being a pillion to start with.
To start with, I wasn't sure if I'm going to be safe enough on the bike, and this is when you need to put lots of trust on the rider. My first few trips went long, as probably about an hour, and we travelled without an intercom and top box.
No, that was the very first one, wasn't it? The test ride.
Yes.
Okay, and so what was the problem with not having a top box?
Well, firstly, it's something to lean on and feel more safe and comfortable. And my seat was very comfortable. So
on our bike.
On our bike, last trip we went to Wales, and it was so I was allowed to put the heating on, and the button was close by. But what you need to do, you need to be sure you communicate with the rider. So this is what we did.
But what did we do before we had the intercom?
We just used 1 or 2 claps. So on the rider lap. So it's kind of body language we use to communicate.
Okay.
Before we.
So like signals.
The signals, yeah.
Yeah. So I would actually put my thumb up, wouldn't I, and say,
yes.
How are you? You know, so, and you 1 tap was okay, and 2 taps were not okay. So we got the intercom in January, but we didn't go out after January because the weather wasn't too hot and we were moving and various things. But what difference did the intercom make when we went to Wales?
Oh well, firstly, we found it easy to communicate, and we had a good laugh, talking about the sceneries and
some private jokes.
Some private jokes, yeah.
And did you like having the music in the headset as well?
Yes, that was great as well.
Yeah. And what was the because your big worry was about going on the motorway, wasn't it? And because we ended up leaving late, we said we'd go on the motorway. What was the big issue with the motorway for you? I mean, you've only been maybe 5, that's about the 6th time on the back of a bike. So what was the issue with the motorway?
Well, it's just it feels small compared to other drivers and lorries. But what made me feeling safe, it's the proper gear and trust the rider and also sensible driving.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing, isn't it? You know, the one thing that I think that a lot of people who take people on the back, you see the videos of the plonkers in certain transatlantic country deciding that they're going to do wheelies with their girlfriends on the back who are wearing nothing more than a pair of shorts and flip-flops. And then when they come off, that life can be changed forever. And if you've got family, this is my view, when I'm taking you, it's not just you whose life counts. It's everybody that loves us. It's everybody that loves us. Family, friends, our children, and who depend on us. And although some may be older, they still would still miss us, wouldn't they? And so, what's the point in risking? The other thing about Wales is you can't speed in Wales because it's like cameras city. Everywhere there's a speed camera, and also the roads are actually they're well surfaced, aren't they? They're good roads, but in some places, the actual surface conditions aren't the best. but in terms of it could be slippery or whatever.
And there's always a danger that an animal can come out
Yeah, yeah,
to the road, so you need to be
that's right.
aware.
Yeah.
And stick to the rules.
What would you say about Wales? Or would you recommend it for a first trip?
Yes, Wales was amazing.
What did you like about it?
Oh, it's just the ride, because it's beautiful mountains and rivers you can go through, and the countryside is beautiful.
Yeah. So, okay. Right.